Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, where we break down the biggest political developments shaping South Africa today. In this episode, we turn our attention to KwaZulu-Natal, where tensions have erupted in dramatic fashion between the ANC and Jacob Zuma's MK Party, signaling just how high the political stakes are in the lead up to the 2024 general elections. What was meant to be a routine and peaceful IEC signing ceremony in Mpofana, Umgeni district, quickly spiraled into a chaotic showdown between rival political factions. Supporters from the ANC and MK Party clashed in front of electoral officials and police, turning a civic event into a symbolic battleground for control over KwaZulu-Natal. The by-election in Mpofana may seem like a small local vote on paper, but in reality, it is a key political flashpoint. For decades, the ANC has maintained a firm grip on power in this part of the province. But the emergence of the MK Party, led by former President Jacob Zuma, has ignited deep tensions, exposed political fault lines, and revealed just how fragile the ANC's dominance in KZN truly is. Let's unpack what actually happened. According to eyewitness accounts and video footage that has since gone viral, chaos broke out shortly after party representatives from the ANC and MK Party arrived at the venue. Shouting matches, aggressive chants, shoving, and inflammatory slogans filled the air, forcing IEC officials and local police to intervene. The event, which was meant to affirm democratic principles, instead became a visual reminder of South Africa's growing political volatility. At the center of the conflict is a community increasingly torn between loyalty to the ANC and the emotional pull of Zuma's populist return. The MK Party has been aggressively campaigning in Mpofana and other municipalities across KZN, accusing the ANC of service delivery failures, corruption, and abandoning the working class. Their strategy has been to present themselves as the true heirs of the liberation struggle, with Jacob Zuma as their moral and political leader. This message has resonated in parts of KwaZulu-Natal, where many communities feel neglected by the national government and nostalgic about Zuma's presidency. The ANC, on the other hand, views the MK Party as a political spoiler, one that threatens unity and undermines the party's broader electoral chances. The party has deployed provincial heavyweights to defend key wards and counter the MK Party's growing popularity. This brings us to the core issue, the growing political intolerance in South Africa. When by-elections, small as they may be, start drawing this level of hostility, we need to ask serious questions about the health of our democracy. Political violence, intimidation, and the collapse of civic engagement spaces are not new in South Africa, but they are intensifying. These tensions aren't just about parties competing for votes, they reflect deeper social grievances, economic frustration, and a crisis of political legitimacy. What happened in Mpofana is not an isolated incident. Across South Africa, especially in provinces like KwaZulu-Natal and the Eastern Cape, we are seeing political contests turn violent or disruptive, as parties scramble to win over communities that feel abandoned. Service delivery protests, ward shutdowns, and community uprisings have become more frequent, and political parties often exploit these frustrations to mobilize support, sometimes recklessly. Let's not forget, KwaZulu-Natal has a long and painful history of political violence. From the bloody ANC-IFP clashes of the 1980s and 90s to more recent intra-party assassinations, the province has often stood on the brink of political instability. What we're seeing now, with the ANC and MK Party at each other's throats, could reignite those old tensions under a new banner. It's also worth noting how the IEC is caught in the middle. The Electoral Commission has the difficult job of ensuring fair and credible elections, but their work becomes much harder when political actors refuse to engage peacefully. The IEC has since condemned the disruptions in Mpofana and urged all parties to maintain decorum, but one has to wonder, will that be enough? As the 2024 general elections approach, this by-election becomes a test case for more than just ANC or MK Party dominance. It's a reflection of where the country is headed politically. If violence and confrontation become the norm, rather than the exception, we may be entering a very dangerous phase of our democratic evolution. Let's take a step back and look at the broader picture. The ANC is facing internal fractures, declining electoral support, and increasing resistance from newly formed parties like the MK Party and the EFF. These parties are tapping into public anger over poverty, inequality, and broken infrastructure. Meanwhile, the Government of National Unity under President Ramaphosa faces its own battles, with competing interests pulling in different directions. Within this shaky framework, the ANC is under pressure to defend its legacy while navigating both internal dissent and external threats. On the other hand, Jacob Zuma's MK Party is pushing a powerful narrative that the ANC has lost its way, that it has become elitist, and that a return to radical politics is needed. Whether this message will translate into votes remains to be seen, but what's clear is that it's gaining traction in key ANC strongholds like KZN. So what's next for Mpofana, and for KwaZulu-Natal as a whole? The by-election will go ahead, but it will do so under a cloud of tension. Both the ANC and MK Party have been urged to control their supporters and avoid further confrontations, but with emotions running high, the risk of another incident remains. And if this is just one ward, imagine what could unfold during the national election. Ultimately, this isn't just a local story, it's a national warning. A warning that political intolerance is growing. A warning that our democratic spaces are under threat. And a warning that unless parties and leaders take accountability, South Africa's 2024 elections could be marred by more than just fierce competition, they could be marred by instability. We'll continue monitoring this story and others like it as the country edges closer to election day. So what do you think, South Africa? Are we witnessing the early stages of a political realignment in KwaZulu-Natal? Is Jacob Zuma's MK Party a genuine alternative or just a spoiler? And can the ANC hold the line in a province that was once its fortress? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more political deep dives, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay informed, stay engaged, and see you next time.